Okay, we are going live now. All right, hey everybody, welcome to Live with Mary Remer. This is episode 5. We're so glad that you are joining us for this. And one thing we wanted to talk about right at the top is if you have videos to send us, we have a new way of doing that. What you want to do is go to whatagooddogInc.com/connect, and there'll be a big old button right there that says upload your video. So for the future, please use that to send us video. But I'm not the person you're here to see. You're here to see Mary. Mary, say hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with my friend Pet, and she says hi too. Oh, she's waving at you.
Fantastic. Sorry we're a little late, guys, but we wanted to make sure the audio was crystal clear this time around. Hopefully it's much better, and we're looking forward to interacting with you. Speaking of interaction, the first thing we have is actually a nice thing that was sent to us. This is Selene, and Selene wanted to show Mary how she does her basket sit.
Oh, look at that Sundance. That's so great, Selene. She looks fantastic. Thank you so much for sending that. Everybody, please send a video, and we're gonna run them so everybody can share. It just gives us something fun, gives you something fun to do with your dogs at home, teach them something. Selene got that idea from my Get in the Box game, only Sundance wasn't fitting in any of the boxes she had, so she got creative and used a laundry basket, which was great. And Sundance had a great time learning the game, so have fun with that and send us videos.
Okay, yeah, please send us videos. And also send us your questions. We are receiving them. Evelina and John, I do see your messages, so we are getting those. Feel free to ask anything you'd like. But let's get right into it. Our Shih Tzu mix will retrieve, but then will not surrender the ball. How can we lure him to bring the ball so the game can continue? From Hillary.
Well, Hillary, actually, it's fantastic that you have a retrieve going. So when we have situations like that, a couple of things might work. We will use what we call objects of like attraction. So if your little buddy is retrieving a ball, get another one that's exactly the same. And when he brings the first one back, show him the second one, and just wait. Play with it yourself. As soon as he drops his, throw the second one and pick up the first. The other thing you might like to do is to put a light line on him. So when he comes back, you can just gently put your toe on that light line, which is attached to his buckle collar. And so it prevents him from going off and having a party of one. The other thing that you can do is if he is a food fanatic, you can go ahead and trade him for high value food. And that might work as well. So you just need to teach him that there are new rules to the game. And that it is an interactive game for 2, not just 1. So let's try those. Let us know how you make out.
Okay, and Trish Murray says, hello there. Hi, Trish.
Hello.
All right, next question. I am nervous about the coronavirus situation, and I think my fears are rubbing off on my Mastiff. She's usually calm, but I'm worried that my worries are upsetting my dog, says Chris.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for sharing your concerns. And the thing of it is that many people are feeling the same way you are. And what is happening is that our levels go up, our anxiety levels go up, and then the dogs are responsive to that because they're like, well, what's wrong? What's the matter? And then their anxiety levels may go up as a response to that. So I'm actually talking to a lot of people who feel the same way you do. In your situation, you of course have a guarding breed in the Mastiff, so there can be a heightened awareness of what's going on. And I don't know how old your dog is, but that would give me some additional information as to, whoops, pet's leaving, as to where you might be in the process of that. In the meantime, you can try to do things, try to do activities in the house that keep you busy and keep you exercised. Uh, you know, do some, if you have a treadmill, get on the treadmill and try to center yourself, maybe a little meditation. And then the other thing that you can do is to look up Linda Tellington Jones. And she has something called T-Touch, and you can do that for your Mastiff. And just try to find a couple of quiet times during the day and sit down and do the touch. And we find that that also feeds right back to you, and you will be nourished with that. So those are my best recommendations. And also, if you can teach her some new things, go on our website and look at the videos and try some of maybe the different activities and games and see if that doesn't help as well. It'll be a distraction for you and keep her focused on other things, or him. Let us know how you make out with that.
Natanya, Gail, Joyce, and Susan, hi there, welcome. Natanya, I think you actually sent us a video. If you could do us a favor, and all of you do us a favor, and head to whatagooddogInc.com/connect and upload any videos you want us to see there. And we will move right along.
Oh, Natanya, okay.
What does it mean when my dog is quietly barking at me? It's not aggressive, and it's hardly even a sound, but she's definitely trying to get my attention. Trudy.
Trudy, you answered your own question. Trying to get your attention is what I would say. Okay, some dogs are genetically more vocal than others. Some dogs are by design and environmentally supported more vocal, and some are just being more interactive with vocalizations. So I think it's probably just sort of a chat with you to get your attention. And again, because we're home more, because we might be feeling a little bit more anxious, we are out of our routine. They're out of their routine. We're out of our routine together with them. All of this makes for, and if you will, it's a dis-ease that's infiltrating our lives, and the dogs respond to that. So it may be I want to connect, and it may be a sensing of what's wrong, what can I do, trying to be helpful and supportive, but letting you know something might be wrong. So watch how you respond to the vocalizations. If you don't want to have any interaction on the vocalizations, the best thing to do is just to turn around and walk away. Okay, so we do what's called a social deprivation. Not for long, you just walk out of the room. You're making noise makes me leave. Wait for 30 seconds, turn around and walk back in the room. And just go about your business. Don't have communication. But you don't want to tell her no, and you don't want to support unless that's what you want. And if that's what you want, but just be prepared that that will get bigger. Okay, it will increase perhaps in volume and frequency. So see if that's helpful for you.
Okay, moving right along. It looks like Susan and Magic are watching.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Magic.
And here's our next question. This one is a very important one. How can we prevent potential separation anxiety once we all go back to work?
Cindy, that is the critical question. And it's a very, very big concern. We're concerned about it with our middle-aged and senior dogs. We are most concerned about it with the younger population, and the adolescent dogs, and then the puppies. And, you know, all of these dogs will have to really have a harsh adjustment when things change and we go back to our norm. In the meantime, the best thing that you can do, honestly, is try to keep the routine as best as you can. So, what does that mean? That means that if your dog is crated when you go to work, put your dog in the crate. Maybe not for the whole time, but for varying bits of time throughout the day so that you don't lose that and the dog doesn't lose that piece of a reminder of what life was like and what it will be. Try to go out and take a drive. Sometimes take the dog and stop at a parking lot and walk around in the back of the parking lot where there's nobody there, just to be able to get the dog out and the world is a little less insular. Sometimes, so you vary it. Sometimes the dog goes with, sometimes the dog stays home and you go, and stay out for a while if you can, and then come back. Remember, you want to make the comings and goings nothing more than usual. So it's whatever you do when you leave during the normal lifestyle. See you later, have a good day. And when you come back, it's very passive. So there's not a lot of focus on comings and goings. But the dogs are acclimating to this shift in our lives and of having us around all the time, and they are social pack animals. So this is appealing while also can be escalating. So what we try to do, as I say, just try to create the normal routine as best as you can. If you don't use a crate and there isn't that, then just go to another room and do your work or do another activity for a few hours throughout the day so that there is the separation. Create that as best you can.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. On another note, my dog goes through all her chew toys in a day. What do I do?
Rachel, buy more chew toys, of course. So, Rachel, what I would do is I would go and look at there's a video up, and it is Find the Bully Stick game with Krispy Kreme. And I would do some find games throughout the day with your dog. Instead of just giving the chew toy, let it be a find game. And you can really make these games quite challenging, and they can use up some time and they can use up some energy. So watch the video and start off. You want to build drive and enthusiasm for the fine game. And we had the video of Baku also, who sent in from Isabel, practicing it. And you don't want to go too quickly. You want the dog to be very, very invested in the game. And then as you go along, you just increase the challenge by degrees. Some days a little harder, some days back to easier. Then take a little challenge in the upwards direction. Make it a little harder. So you can do these games inside, outside, upstairs, downstairs, in the basement, everywhere. And that will help, I think, make the chew toys last a little longer.
Okay, Betsy, Dudley, and Sarah and Christy are all saying hello.
Oh, how are you guys? Kiss the dogs. Is everybody good?
And then Sarah would like to know, does your staff do grooming?
The grooming, Under normal circumstances, yes, of course we do. Uh, but with the new rules, it it's it's it has to be done in a very particular way, and it honestly has to be an emergency. So I think that the best thing to do would be to call Carolyn about that.
Very good. All right. I am worried that my dog is losing all of the skills he was learning at his dog school. If they don't use it, do they lose it?
Yeah, just like us, it can get to be a little rusty. So teach new skills, teach tricks, and review your old skills at home. Work outside. You can go to a park and work there. There are some remote parks people have been sending in that are open, that you can go to and easily practice the social distancing and easily practice some training. And I think that you can find those fairly readily online. So, but yes, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And the critical thing is just really right now, it's about relationship. It's always about relationship. But right now it is, we are where we are, it is what it is. And the great thing about the dogs is that they are by design a species that lives very much in the present. They're here right now, and to connect with you as you are. And so what you bring to the table for them, they will be reciprocal. So give some focus and attention to the old things that were learned, and then also some attention to new things. I mean, look at Sundance is just jumping in the laundry basket and she looks so cute. So she's obviously having a good time. We are all the trainers at What a Good Dog, we're all playing games with our dogs and they have a great time. They look forward to it every day. And so it gives you some distraction, a different kind of focus with your dog, perhaps, and just enjoy.
Okay. Let's see. Trish says, Mary has covered reactive dogs before, but any high level advice for today's circumstances? Thanks.
Well, again, this is a hard time, and if we have reactive dogs, they can be more vigilant because of our stress levels, and because they're not getting out and it isn't normal circumstances. Their the visual purview is often different than what they're used to. So it takes a lot. I would encourage you to go out as much as you can, expose as much as you can, take very high value treats with you mixed in with their food ration. And sometimes just sit down somewhere. If there are people out and about moving, like the Wegmans parking lot is a good place to go because there's plenty of motion there, that the dogs can see, and just sit and let them watch it. And when you see the relaxation, you're rewarding that. So you're supporting visual observation in the presence of relaxation, or relaxation in the presence of visual observation, whichever way you want to go. And then try to work with the same thing while moving. Okay, always when we add motion, there's escalation. So again, you keep distance as your friend. And as far as people and dogs going out, I did a consult the other day for a gentleman who is in Chester Springs, and he said there are quite a lot of parks open out that way and people walking with dogs. I don't have any idea how narrow the trails are. Um, but you might look into that and practice. But again, obviously, you need to work at the exposure with distance and very high level support.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, I think you're gonna like this one. My dog will not learn to sit. Is it okay if she just skips this one? Julie.
Oh, Julie. Okay, well, yes, it certainly is with me. I don't know what kind of a dog it is, and I'm not sure why that would be, but I would wonder if there is any discomfort in the spine or the hips or the knees in going into a sit position. So I think I'd like to get that checked out first, especially if it's a willing dog in all other areas. I probably would. I'd be interested in a video of your attempting the sit, and if it interests you to get the sit, if you show me the video, I might be able to offer you some helpful tips to try if you'd like. So I also have no idea what size of dog it is, which would be helpful to know. But I first would check out the physical form. We really want to make sure there isn't any discomfort, because this is extremely rare that you can't teach the sit. So I would have questions there. Teach other things though.
It seems more stores are becoming pet friendly. And what's your thoughts on this? That is from Susan.
Susan, my thoughts are Yahoo. Okay, so I wish that we would be able to live with our dogs more in the way that the Europeans do, where the dogs are welcome. And they are well behaved, and they are socially appropriate, and they go everywhere. And that is the lifestyle over there. And so I wish that our dogs could be welcome and be more woven into the fabric of our entire communities. And I think if we work hard on having well behaved, well socialized, comfortable dogs, that that stores will welcome dogs more. I think we have to be always considerate of people that aren't comfortable around dogs, and we need to be considerate and respectful there. And our dogs do need to be good citizens, because if we make a good impression with our dogs, store owners are willing to say, well, that was good. Yeah, well, we would open up for more, absolutely. So in our travel around town classes, we do go into stores in Wayne, and they've been very kind and welcomed us with open paws. And we feel it's a privilege to be able to go in there. And so, yes, I think it's fantastic, and I wish it would happen more. And I think the more we do to present ourselves as responsible and respectful citizens, the more that can happen.
Excellent. Okay, this one just came in, Linda. I adopted a dog who was found as a stray. She is young, 9 months, but she doesn't like being in the crate with the door closed. She goes in and gets treats when the door is open well, but when we close the door and leave her alone, she goes a little crazy and bites the crate wires. Any advice for how to get her to be calm in the crate while the door is closed and me not in the room? Thanks. Great to see you, Mary.
Okay, Linda. So a couple of things. The confinement, there may have been and likely was stress associated with that kind of confinement. If you go on the What a Good Dog website and you hit the connect button, you will find Linda has done some crate training games with Nikki. And there are the first 2 episodes of that are up. I think Linda's working on the 3rd. I would do those kinds of games with her, and I would do things like, don't necessarily just give her treats for going in. That's a great support. But when she's not around the crate, leave things for her so she wants to go in and investigate it. I also would do things like perhaps attach an X pen to the sides of the crate, keep that door open so that you could put a bone in there for her to chew on. And the X pen, she can come out into the X pen, but she's basically in the area. I would get a snuffle mat for her and put some of her food mixed with very good treats in the snuffle mat and put it in the bottom of the crate and let her play with that in there. I would get her stuffed Kongs and let her eat some of her food with high value treats out of the stuffed Kong. You may be dealing with two separate things here also. One is that she's worried about being contained and not being able to exit. She also may be worried about the separation anxiety. So that you're leaving her, in other words. So that might be, it might be two separate issues that you're seeing as one, and we need to work on those separately. So let's try that, Linda. Let's try, get an X pen and attach it to the sides of the crate, leave the crate door open, and put great things in there for her. And if she comes out of the crate, that's fine. I also would feed her all meals in the crate. In the beginning, feed her in the front of the crate. And if she eats outside the crate, but she's got her head in eating, that's great. And then slowly work the bowl into the back corners of the crate and letting her be eating in there. And then you want to slowly just close that door when she's in the middle of eating. And then you're going to open it again before she finishes eating. So she has just the concept of having it closed. And you want to watch the body language to see what happens when you close that door. And then we'll do things like when she's involved in the snuffle mat, go ahead and just gently close that door. You're still right there before she's finished. You're opening the crate door again and move through that way. And let's see how she does. But go and start her on the crate games. Go to the website and look on crate games part 1 and 2. And as I say, I think Linda will have part 3 up soon. So Linda, good luck with that. And in case you need more help, I am doing private consults. I am available for that, as are our other trainers, so we can help you.
Oddly enough, that was the next and last question. I'm struggling with my 5-month-old beagle and really need some help. Are you doing Zoom consultations or private lessons?
Well, Peter, you must be telepathic. You just zoomed right in here at the right moment. Yes, we are. So I'm doing them. Linda's doing them. I think Gail would do them. So yeah, we have absolute availability for that. And you can just contact the What a Good Dog training line, and Joyce will get that information and pass it on to us. Not a problem. And we should do that soon, because 5 months is sort of a pivotal age.
All right, everybody. That is going to do it for this time. We are trying to do as many as these we can. We might even be able to convince Mary to do another one in addition to this one, but we will see. But for now, Mary's going to take off because she's got things to do.
Bye-bye, everybody. Hug your dogs today. Hug yourselves, and be safe. Thanks for joining.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Like I said, there are a couple of new things. Make sure you go to our webpage. That is whatagooddoginc.com. There's a button that says videos and another one that says connect. Hit either one of those and you can get to our video page. We're also on YouTube. But the big thing I want you to remember is on that connect page, there is an upload videos button. That is the best way to get videos to us so that Mary can look at them on Live with Mary Remer. Thanks again, everybody. Great episode, and we'll see you soon.